right, everybody. Welcome to the Dome. Welcome to the spaceship. Welcome to the Paddy and the Yank podcast. This will be 38. Episode 38. 38 special. All right. Mr. Paddy Van Winkle, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling like, yeah, feeling good. It's still raining outside, so I'm pretty happy.
A week later, it still hasn't stopped. Actually, that's a very realistic possibility in Taiwan. Yeah. Just rain for 7 days straight.
Yeah, like literally straight. Like in Ireland, we get rain all the time, but a lot of the times it comes in showers. Here in monsoon season, when we get the rain, it like downpours for the entire day and just doesn't stop, doesn't let up for a second. So I love that. I love the rain.
These monsoons are so strange. Just pour, stop, pour, stop.
Man, I love the rain. I've always had a connection to the rain since I've been a kid. Like it's always relaxed me. I can remember being a young kid sleeping in a room with my younger brother. Jesus, I would have been 12 at the time, 10 at the time. I don't even know. And I could always remember hearing the rain belting off the window and how comfortable and relaxed and safe it would make me feel being in the house, you know.
That's what I like about this house, because I'm on like the top floor, so I can really hear it really well.
It's unreal. I sleep every night with the sounds of rain on my phone. Every single night.
Wow.
I got an app on my phone called, I think it's Rain, or Rain Sounds, yeah.
I have this playlist that's just of babies crying. I listen to that to go to sleep.
Fuck. Just a quick note to any of the listeners. Last week, sorry, I dropped the ball on music, and we didn't feature a song at the end of the podcast. For regular listeners, you'll know that at the end of each podcast, we like to feature original music from an original artist, musician, whether you're a musician or singer-songwriter or band. And last week I dropped the ball and I didn't have anything ready. But this week we're going to feature a song at the end of the podcast by a British singer-songwriter, and his name is Sam Hockaday. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And so stick around at the end of the podcast if you want to hear some original music from a real singer-songwriter. Cool.
What do you have to say to our abnormal listeners?
You
said something about our regular listeners.
Don't go back to the very start of our podcasts. Maybe listen halfway through, because I feel our audio quality's gotten better. I feel we've just.
I think it's actually it'd be a good idea. Go see what we sounded like in the beginning. See how bad the sound quality was. Maybe how inexperienced we were.
Well, there you go. This is episode 38 now. So
38. Number 1 is still Hikikomori. I still kind of go back to it sometimes.
Yeah, so if you're new to the podcast, you can go back and have a listen. Choose. Our podcast is so varied. We talk about a wide array of topics, so there might be just something for you. You can flick through our list of names and be like, oh, geez, that sounds like it might be something I'd be interested in. That's why we like to do the podcast like that. We're not just going to keep it. Our podcast is on bottled water, and we'll only talk about bottled water for the entirety of these podcasts. Next week, how did they put a wrapper on bottled water? The week after, where do they bottle their water?
You're boring
the week
me
after,
already.
How do you get water in the bottle?
I think my favorites, other than the recents, are still St. Patrick's Hole and Shackleton's Shipwreck. Those stand out to me. I don't know.
I liked the Captain Gallagher podcast.
Yeah, that was good too.
That one for me is, I like it. But the Irish Highwayman. Yeah. So, anyways, what's the topic for today, Yankus? Seeing as I'm unprepared.
Oh, you don't even know, right?
No, officially don't know what's going on.
The Oedipus Complex and Sigmund Freud.
Okay, I'm just going to put my sunglasses on here. the hepatitis
and Sigmund Freud.
What the hell? Okay, I've heard of Sigmund Freud before. Was he a psychiatrist or something? He studied psychology, something to do with that? I don't know.
He was a psychoanalyst.
Okay.
He was a psychoanalyst. But before we even get to Freud, we're going to talk about Oedipus.
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 I had a puss there last night.
Eat a puss. I'm going to stop.
All right.
Check us out, though. Once again, I don't know. I think this is fun. So, The British pronunciation, Oedipus.
That sounds like Oedipus.
The American pronunciation, Oedipus.
So go back. The English one sounds like it's saying eat a puss. And the American one sounds like et a puss. So the American one's already eaten the puss. And all right, anyways, I'm rambling too much. What's going on?
All right, cool. Oedipus was the king of Thebes, according to Greek mythology.
Oh.
Yeah, and he killed his father and married his mother. Boom. That's where we're at.
Oedipus killed
I guess we can call him Oedipus or Oedipus.
Oedipus killed his own father?
Oedipus killed his daddy and married his mama.
He married his own mother.
He married his mother.
Oh, that's pretty damn crazy.
And mother. And so his wife, a.k.a. his mother, hanged herself eventually.
Whoa.
When she found... I guess she didn't know that Oedipus killed his dad. She just knew that... Actually, I'm kind of speculating here. But eventually she killed herself when she found out the truth. So I'm reckoning the truth was the fact that he was the killer of his father. Maybe she didn't know who the killer was.
In order to marry his mother.
In order to marry his mother.
That's insane. Is that a thing?
What?
Okay, I've heard of like incest and all that kind of stuff like that, but is there people that like that would be their fancy, like their mother?
Well, we're gonna get to that. We are gonna
Pretty
get
mental.
to that.
I never even thought that.
So there are a few different versions of this story. But
About Oedipus.
Yeah. Yeah. So Laius was the king of Thebes, and he was warned by an oracle that his son would slay him, his son being Oedipus. And when his wife, Jocasta, bore a son, he had the baby exposed. Infanticide. Infanticide refers to the killing of a young child under the age of 12 months.
So he aborted the baby because he had heard that if you have a son, it will turn out to kill you.
Correct.
Huh.
And there's another word, neonaticide, which is reserved for murders where the victims are under 1 month of age. But I think this is like after they've already come out.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not really abortion, right?
Yeah. He's murdering the kid, like.
Tradition has it that his name, and I think we're referring to Oedipus here, or Jocasta, I'm not sure, had a name Swollen Foot, which was a result of having feet. His feet were pinned together, and so they called him Swollen Foot.
Whose feet were pinned together?
I'm not
Oedipus?
sure if it's Jocasta. Jocasta, which is the dad. Oedipus's dad was Jocasta.
Yeah.
And Jocasta might mean swollen foot. Might need a Greek expert to really put that in. So, God, this
sounds
weird.
like the most dysfunctional family ever. Fuck. What? Back in them Greek times, it's like we got a son called Oedipus, whose father's feet are like huge and they're all pinned together, and Oedipus wants to kill his clubfoot swollen father in order to marry his own mother.
Okay,
Am I getting it?
So that's according to one version of the story. There's one version of the story where he killed his son, so his son couldn't kill him.
Okay.
In another story, he actually has his son being Oedipus.
Yeah.
Oedipus. And Oedipus goes to Delphi, Delphi. Have you heard of...
We have a place in Ireland called Delphi.
Really?
An adventure centre, yeah.
This place is pretty famous. It's pretty famous for having a fucking...
Ruins?
No. Oh my God. I'm going to have to come back to it. Like in The Matrix, what was the black lady, the black grandma? She was the person that could see the future.
I know nothing about this.
You've never seen The Matrix?
When it first came out when I was a kid, I didn't like it because I couldn't understand it. But now I'm a grown-up boy.
All of our...
boy. I should
Okay,
probably watch it
Delphi...
again.
Oracle! Damn, I felt retarded. Oracle, man. This place was famous for having an oracle.
What the hell is an oracle?
An oracle is someone that can like tell you the future. You never watched The Matrix? The first one that came out
I told
back
you,
in the day?
when it first came out, I was young. I watched it. I didn't understand it, so I was like, oh, fuck this movie. They were doing all this. They were doing all the bullets flying past him and all this kind of crazy shit.
Well, he goes to see an old black grandma.
Yep.
And Neo's...
Lawrence Fishburne, wasn't it?
No, woman.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And
maybe Lawrence Fishburne was playing a woman in the movie. I don't know.
She's like, Neo, don't worry about the vase. And he's like, what vase? And as he turns with his arm, he bumps a vase and knocks it down.
You mean vase? So, I mean, for our Irish listeners who speak proper English, you mean vase, right? When you say vase.
Jesus, I mean vase. That's right. And
a vase.
And then he's like, how did you know I was gonna break the vase? And she's like, that's not the important question. The important question is, would you have broken the vase had I not told you? Right? And so an oracle is just somebody who like can predict the future or can tell you what's going to happen.
So basically people that don't really exist.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
well, the oracles out there now are just going, oh, well, goddamn them, Paddy the Yank. I'm turning this podcast off right now, honey.
This is Greek mythology, right?
Yeah.
But
it's cool.
Delphi, I feel like I'm not saying that right, but Delphi was, I'm going to have to say it wrong the whole podcast.
Sounds right to me.
Delphi was famous because of the oracle. That's why it's a famous city.
So it had a person there that could see the future.
Right.
Okay.
Let me rewind.
So this oracle told fucking Stumpy Legs that if you have a son, he will kill you.
That's one version of the story. In this other version of the story, he has his son, and then his son, Oedipus, goes to the oracle, and the oracle tells him, you are fated to kill your father and marry your mother. So in this version of the story, Oedipus is the one who knows.
Okay.
And then he tries never to go back so that it doesn't happen or something. So Oedipus goes and sees the oracle. Then he leaves the oracle and he's going back to Thebes. Thebes or Thebes. That's his hometown.
Thebes.
And that's where his dad is king. Thebes. Thank you.
Isn't that in Egypt?
I think so,
Greece.
Yeah. Greece, yeah. This is Greek mythology, right?
Shit, sorry, yeah.
Do they have Greek mythology in Egypt, motherfucker?
Do they speak English and what, motherfucker? Do they speak English and what?
Oh, shit. Okay. So he's on his way back to Thebes, right? He just went to Delphi to see the oracle, and he encounters Laius, who provokes a quarrel, and Oedipus kills him. And then Oedipus finds that Thebes is plagued by the Sphinx.
This sounds like Egypt, because the Sphinx
You're right.
was
Did they
Egyptian.
actually have Greek mythology in Egypt? Maybe they did. So he goes to the Sphinx. The Sphinx puts every person that walks by him, he asks them a riddle. And if they can't answer the riddle, he will kill them.
The Sphinx does?
Yes. And so Oedipus goes past the Sphinx, and he solves the riddle. So the Sphinx kills itself, commits suicide.
Right.
In reward, Oedipus receives the throne of Thebes and the hand of his widowed queen, his mother, Jocasta. So Jocasta is the name of the woman, the mother.
Yep.
And they had 4 children together.
Holy hell.
With his mom.
The
Oedipus and his mom.
The Hills of Eyes.
4 kids, yeah, right?
Deliverance.
And then later on, okay, this is coming full circle. Later on,
sounds like the British royal family.
She eventually finds out that he killed the father. I wonder if she even knew that it was her son, or if he like magically manipulated her into forgetting who he was.
I don't know.
And then made her fall in love with him.
Did he have magic powers?
Not that I know of.
I don't know if he...
But he solved the Sphinx's riddle, which is something nobody else could do.
Oh, okay. So he had something going for him. He had something.
Yeah. He eventually did die, so he wasn't a god, because gods can't die, right? I bet half gods can die, but not full gods, right?
I wouldn't know.
Like Hades, Poseidon, Zeus. Can they die? They're gods.
I don't know. Anything that's created in the human imagination can die, because it doesn't really exist most
Well, it
of the
does
time.
exist, but only in the mind, right?
There you go.
All this Greek mythology only exists in the mind.
If you create it in the mind, you can also kill it in the mind.
He's getting fucking poetic, baby. But it's true.
It's gonna baked.
It's true. Like reality, right?
Yeah.
You can create a reality in your head. You can kill a reality in your head.
Yep.
Okay. Oedipus eventually did die near Athens, where he was swallowed into the earth and became a guardian hero of the land. I don't know why. Sorry, listeners. I know that guy probably got loud. I felt like I needed to say it with conviction. He died and the earth swallowed his ass.
So Oedipus
Serves him right, man. Dude had some bad karma.
Yeah, well...
Making inbreds and sleeping with his mama.
Yeah.
And killing his dad.
Yeah, and killing his father, yeah.
Yeah.
So why are you telling me the story of Oedipus here?
I'm telling you this story because this is where Sigmund Freud focused on this so much that he called it an Oedipus complex, and actually said that some people develop an Oedipus complex where they want to fuck their mother.
What?
And they develop like an entire psychosis because of having unsettled sexual feelings towards their mother,
Holy shit.
or wanting to kill their father. Like the
Really?
subconscious truth. Well, hold on. I'm about to actually explain it with my notes right now. I'm
Okay,
just kind of
go
saying
ahead.
this off the top
Go
of my
ahead.
head. But Sigmund Freud chose the term Oedipus complex to designate a son's feeling of love toward his mother and of jealousy and hate toward his father, although these were not the emotions that motivated Oedipus's actions.
Huh.
So these weren't actually the reasons that Oedipus did it, but Sigmund Freud said today in modern society there have been cases where this stuff does exist. You're like jealous of your dad for fucking your mom because really it's you that wants to be fucking your mom, and so you hate and resent your dad for doing it.
That's mental.
Yeah.
I'd like to check up some cases that sounds pretty demented. So some people that kill there was a documentary on Netflix recently called "I Just Killed My Dad."
I think I saw it there. I didn't watch it, but I saw
wasn't bad. It was all right. Yeah. He shot his father 3 times.
All right, so let's get into what exactly the Oedipus Complex is. It's I already told you, it's a desire to have sex with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically your mom, not your dad. It's the parent of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be if you wanted to have sex with your dad. God, that'd be weird.
This is
having sex with your mom, I guess that would be weird too.
All this,
This is weird.
I guess that'd be weird too. What the fuck? This is insane. This is mad
that'd
talk.
Be even weirder. That'd be even weirder because you'd have to be gay and incest. Not that being gay is weird, I guess.
This is crazy talk. What the hell? So this is a thing. This is like a thing.
Yep. Freud attributed the Oedipus complex to children of about the ages 3 to 5. He said the stage would usually end when the child identified with the parent of the same sex, so like me identifying with my father, and repressed its sexual instincts. So once you start identifying with your father, you stop wanting to fuck your mother. You stop wanting to sleep with your mother because you identify with your father, and obviously stop hating him. If previous relationships were loving and non-traumatic, and if parental attitudes were neither prohibitive nor stimulating, the stage is passed through with no problem. But if there's a bunch of trauma, you get infantile neurosis, and this can lead to problems in the child's adult life. And here we're talking about the super ego. This is basically the super ego, the id, the ego, and the super ego. Have you heard this before?
No, I have not.
Really? I've had to study it many times in school. In
I didn't go to
classes.
school.
You didn't, did you? All right,
Not
so let's
very
just get
often,
straight.
no.
So there are 3 parts according up to the Oedipus complex, according to Sigmund Freud.
Go.
Okay, the super ego, the ego, and the id. We're gonna start with the super ego. Super ego is the ethical component of the personality. So what tells you that is right or wrong? So according to Freud, you actually have 3 parts of your brain, of your conscious brain, and this is the part that deals with morality and ethical decisions. Right?
Okay.
Should I kill the giraffe? Should I whatever? Should I do this? Should I not do this?
Yeah.
And so this part of the brain gives you a conscience, right? If I do a bad thing, I feel bad, so I try to do good things. It also gives you, This develops during the first 5 years in response to punishment and approval. And this is when you're basically internalizing your parents' morals, which makes sense, right?
Because you're not born with morals or anything.
Right.
You're
Like
not born
values and morals are both things we're kind of taught. Well, you can get them from a lot of places too, right?
Man,
Movies.
This is a heavy. I'm so baked now, and it's like a heavy. I was expecting
I just saw you
gonna-
get baked. I'm
What?
like, fuck.
Oh my
I just
god!
fucking hit Polly.
I was like, oh shit! It's like I thought you were gonna. I have no idea what this podcast is about. Not a single iota of an idea of what it could have been about. I thought it could be about fucking fruit, or it could be about I don't know, like horses, or it could be about I don't know, like healthy food choices and movie. But it's about fucking having the desire to fuck your mother, and you're going into a fucking scientific psychological talk about Sigmund Freud and a theory. I'm like, my brain just imploded like on itself 10 times.
And here I am saying like, I'll just get roasted and see if I can do this or not.
Holy hell! I could have got baked earlier doing the podcast and it would have been fine. That was a breezy podcast. There's no problem. But this is like, I'm sitting here going, there's like flashing blue lights and green lights, and I'm baked and I'm going, Sigmund Freud. Three parts of the brain, ego intersect through, and I'm just going, Jesus Christ, am I taking anything in that he's saying right now?
I'm glad you confronted this because I was actually just now I was like, fuck man, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, that was like for sure. Jeez, man.
What? We just broke the ice, baby.
All right.
Okay, we both
all right.
admit
All
this shit's fucking crazy.
All right.
And now we
Do you wanna-
approach it with
you
that
wanna
thinking
keep
process.
keep going,
Yeah,
Ian?
we're fine. We're
Go
fine.
ahead.
We're over halfway.
All right, get
We're
it.
over halfway.
Get it.
So the superego, I guess this is our conscience, all right? This is also where you get guilt and anxiety.
Yeah.
I have a little bit right now.
All right.
Yeah, so it's going to make you atone for your actions, all right? The next part of your brain, according to Freud, is the id. It's the oldest part.
Id.
The id, I-D, id.
Okay.
It's the primitive instincts. Shit that you do that's associated... Wow, I'm cussing a lot today, huh? I think it's because I hit the marker. Sex and aggression come from this part of the brain, the id. Okay. This is the primitive part of your brain. It's the psychic material that's inherited when you're born. It's kind of a weird thing to say. So it's oblivious to the external world and unaware of time. No organization, no logic, no reason. It's just pure impulse. That's what the id is. It functions entirely according to the pleasure-pain principle. Makes sense.
I guess like sociopaths, serial killers, and people like that, would they have...
This would be like dopamine.
Would the id be activated more? Would they have a different id than we would?
Well, their super ego, because that's your conscience, right?
Yep.
That would be really fucking... If you're a sociopath, right?
Yep.
I still kind of forget which one's sociopath and which one's psychopath.
I think sociopath has no empathy for their...
They're the ones that don't feel bad, right?
I think so, and I think the psychopath can feel bad about what they've done, but they'll still do it anyways.
So the psychopath would have a superego, and the sociopath perhaps doesn't have a superego, or the superego is really, really, really weak, and then the id is really, really strong, because you're basically... Yeah, we talked about that before in the Oddcast.
This is an Oddcast today. Fuck, huh? Man.
If you had no self-control, you know, and you saw something outside that you wanted, you just take it.
Kleptomaniacs, rapists.
Yeah,
So
you just fucking take
So
it.
their
That's the id.
That's the id part of your brain.
It's very strong. Or, I mean, it's very strong in those people. What else does it do? Completely unconscious. Oh, is this true? Okay, cool. In waking life, it's slips of the tongue, wit, art. These things are like related to the id, the instinctual. And I hope what I'm saying is making sense. The ego, last one. So we got the superego. The superego is the conscience. We got the id, and the id is the maniac who acts strictly on impulses, craving for sex and aggression.
Okay.
Last one is the ego. This is the self or the I. This is the part that remembers, evaluates, plans, and acts in the social and physical world. This integrates the inner and the outer world, as well as the id and the superego, and it brings them together. The ego gives continuity and consistency to behavior by providing a point of reference that relates to events in the past and the memory.
I think it's time for Xanax.
Is that all I got? That's all I got. That's it. I'm done.
This is going to be a short one. Holy fuck.
That's it.
What?
So you got the three. So the ego seems the most abstract. Would you say? Would you agree with that?
I don't know what I would agree with. So okay. Hold on. Let me just break this down here for myself.
Yes, please.
So we started the podcast off right today by talking about Oedipus and his fucking stump leg father that he killed in order to marry his fucking mother and have 4 babies with her. And from that, we've gone on to talking about the superego brain and the fucking ego brain and the id brain. How are these? What are we talking about? What's going on?
Well, the dude that killed his dad, his name
I
was
thought we were going on like some kind of... When you started talking about that Greeks, I was like, oh, we're going on... Tell me the journey. This is going to be the life of Oedipus and his many adventures, which we did. But then, I don't know. I'm just too baked. This is crazy. Oedipus. If I ever have a son, I'm going to call him Oedipus. Oedipus, get in here now!
Oedipus, stop looking at your mother like that. I know what you're thinking.
That's not for you, Oedipus. It's like if I ever had a daughter, I'm definitely calling her Butch. 100%. It's like Johnny Cash is a boy named Sue.
Well,
Mine's a girl
do you
named
wanna...
Butch.
Oh, that's...
All right, so everybody, thanks for listening. That was a bit of an odd podcast. We're cutting it off a bit shorter today because we're both a little bit inebriated. Is that what you'd say, Yank?
Yeah.
Inebriated.
Yeah.
We're a little bit.
That's good. People need that sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
sometimes
hey.
you gotta laugh. Sometimes you gotta cry.
There you go.
You know.
And I have no idea what's going on. I'm sitting in a room here, a dark room, with flashing lights everywhere, neon lights glowing everywhere.
My cousin said he's getting mad when you keep saying
like
shit like that on the podcast because he wants to see you say it.
Soon he will see. If you build it, they will come. So soon he will see.
No, it's if you buy it, they will see.
if you buy it. We'll leave it at that for today. Check out the Instagram. Check out
Hold
the
on,
YouTube.
no.
What?
Sometimes you gotta have a good laugh. Sometimes you gotta have a good cry.
I knew you'd have to say something like that, being American as you are.
What? What is American about that? What is American about that?
All right, I'll leave that up to my Irish and English listeners. Anyways,
Don't fuck your mother.
You motherfucker, you. Subscribe to the YouTube. Do something on the Instagram. Listen to it on the Spotify. Oh, and today, you know what? We got music from our first British musician.
Hell yeah.
It's a singer-songwriter. Again, apologies for anyone that's listening to our rambling today. Our podcasts are usually concise, and we stick to a strict code, a moral code. Sam Hockaday is the name of this artist today.
Sweet.
He's a British singer-songwriter, and you can check him out on Spotify. He just released a new single in December, and this is a song called Hell as Well as Home.
Ooh,
All
nice
righty.
name, dude.
Enjoy. This is Sam Hockaday.
All right.
Peace.
On with your bad stuff.
English summers in the village. I was just a boy back then. Rental movies and ghost stories. I'd look to the sky, beckoning. It was hell as well as home. It was hell as well as home. Hell as well as home. Between two worlds, too young to some parents' hopes and dreams wait upon you. School life traumas retreat homewards. The safest place on earth was my bed.